Good morning, everyone. I hope you can see me well. I don't really know what this looks like. I am currently in my car. I'm parked, I'm safe. I thought I would start the second video from here, mostly because I've spent a lot of my time this past week in this car. First, I wanted to start by saying thank you so much to those, I don't even know, like 13, 14 viewers that gave my very first YouTube video a chance. I think for a lot of people, 13, 14 views sounds like an embarrassing low number, but for me, I'm like, wow, 13 people decided that my video was worth clicking on, let alone watching a little bit of it. If you've had a chance to actually watch a little bit of the previous video that's on this channel, you will know that YouTube is something that I've wanted to, I don't know, play with and give a try for like 7+ years. And it's always something that I've had in the back of my mind. Let me try to sit you up a little bit. I used to watch other people's videos, try to kind of learn a little bit about like editing softwares, maybe like thumbnails, kind of like what it entails, in addition to thinking about what is something that I would like to talk about on this platform. It's kind of interesting that this whole process reinforced to me that yes, planning is important, and I do believe in that. Especially if you want to put out like good work, planning is definitely needed. However, it's very easy for me to go from planning stages to overthinking, and overthinking keeps me stuck while planning is supposed to propel me forward. So yes, 7 years, it's a long time. I definitely gathered a lot of information, or like a good amount of information for me to be able to start. But let me tell you, the 2 weeks it took me to like plan the past video, muster up the courage to record it, figuring out how to record it, how to export the video, edit it, create the actual YouTube account, like those 2 weeks that I've spent on this taught me so much more than the 7 years of planning. Just something to keep in mind. I also think it's a little funny. The first video was more about like new beginnings on YouTube, and here I am with my second videos with other new beginnings in life, in my personal life. We are moving yet again. We used to rent a 2-bedroom apartment, and we are moving from this place, which we've been living at for a little less than a year, to another 2-bedroom apartment, but it's more like a townhouse. So this is what I've been doing for the past week. We got the keys literally on Sunday. Monday, we were already packing stuff from the old place, filling our cars to the brim, driving back and forth, trying to load and unload cars, pack and unpack. This is how my week has been. My muscles are sore from all the lifting and carrying. I'm a little bit tired from all the planning and figuring out the logistics. We made a lot of phone calls just trying to move our services like electric, gas, internet, all that from the old place to the new one. You know, all the logistics of moving. I'm sure that if you guys have been through this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's exciting on one hand because we are really, really, really in love with the new place that we're renting right now, and it feels more like home. There's just like a good energy that surrounds it that we unfortunately haven't had the pleasure of feeling at this old place of ours. Although we are about like 90% moved at this point, we've had a really productive week, I would have to say. There's still a few like little items that are left behind, and more importantly, most of our plants are still here. So I'm coming back today. It is now Saturday. Oh, it's not Saturday, it's Friday, February 27th. I'm coming back here to make sure that our plants, they still get a lot of sun, try to fit some of them in my car and bring them back to the new place. So yes, we are here checking the mail, picking up some of the plants, making sure the plants that we leave behind are in a good state, and then we will need to go to the new place. I'm hoping we can come back sometime over the weekend, maybe tomorrow or Sunday, to figure out how to transport these bigger plants that we have. We have a big luscious Monstera. It has like 4 or 5 big, beautiful fenestrated leaves. She's actually putting out a new leaf, which I'm excited to go say hello to the baby. She will definitely not fit in my car. The moving company that we hired, they were so helpful with the big stuff like the bed frame and the dresser and the TV stand, the TV itself. Those were a little heavier items that my partner and I, we weren't really comfortable going up and down the stairs with. I also don't have the strength, so I'm not very helpful in those situations. The moving company was not really able to get the big plants, which it's unfortunate because we were hoping that they could do it. We just have to see if we can fit her in my partner's car because she's definitely not gonna fit in my car. Now I'm rambling. I lost my train of thought. Let's go inside. We'll go from there. Welcome back. If you've watched the first video and you for some reason decided to come back, if you're new, hello. I'm also new here on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Let's go. You might hear me with a lot of echo, which makes sense because the place is now empty. It's just the plants here and like 3 bags of whatever leftover stuff we couldn't fit in our car on the last trip. I wanted to actually take this time to show you the plant. She's quite big. I thought it's the perfect place for you to see her in all of her beauty. This is my baby Monstera. I love her so much. She does hold a special place in my heart because a year ago when we brought her home, she was so tiny and she looked nothing like this. And with time and care and patience, like she grew into this beautiful plant. Her leaves are super big and of a beautiful color, and she looks pretty healthy. And I really think you're gonna like the new place because it's so much sunnier and roomier. We just have to figure out where we're gonna put you, but looking forward to bringing you there safely once we figure that out. But look at her, look at her. And you guys definitely have to come see the baby. But the baby's hiding back here. Look at this. What is this? Hello, little baby. Say hello, little baby. She's looking good. We're gonna give her a little bit of water, and then either tomorrow or Sunday we're gonna try to figure out a safe way to bring her to the other place. Also, I should probably introduce you to Fig. I remember bringing Fig home and he was like this tall, and now it's definitely taller than me. This is another challenging plant to transport. Silly me, but I've had several other errands to run this morning, and I decided to stop here kind of last minute to check on the plants, and I wasn't quite prepared. I did have some grocery shopping bags in my car, which I'm going to use to carry the leftover stuff that's in the kitchen. But when it comes to watering the plants, I forgot that I left nothing here that even resembles a watering can. So we're going to be resourceful. I looked through the cabinet and I found this. So time to water the plants. These are kind of the only things that I would like to take out of here today. It's really not too bad. For some reason, I thought that we have a lot more kitchen stuff left here, but I guess we did really good when we moved them to begin with. Here's the thing, when you move and you start cleaning around, you come across a bunch of stuff. I was curious to ask you if any of you have used these things before. I'm not quite sure what their actual name is. They're supposed to keep the soil moist for the plants, you know? So I was hesitant to use them because they're made out of glass and I'm afraid to break them. If you guys have experience with them, I'm curious to hear, what do you think about these? Are they worth it? Are they not worth it? Do they work? Should I try them? Will they break? Let me know. I think I'll continue to keep them nicely protected in their package, but since I have them, I received them as a present. I am interested in giving them a try. Okay, but let's get these out of here for now. I've been here at the apartment for maybe half an hour or an hour. Actually started getting emotional. Maybe I can try to share my thoughts with you, and maybe if I say them out loud, they'll make more sense to me. I think what's making me emotional isn't even the apartment itself. It's realizing that a version of me is staying here. Quickly, if you allow me, just like a short parentheses, like, of course, there are many things that happen in my life that involve me, my family, friends, acquaintances, and so on. And frankly, many of these moments don't belong on the internet. I'm actually a pretty private person, and out of respect for the people in my life and for me, you won't ever see me, come here and like wash my dirty clothes in public or online. And what I mean by that is like, I don't plan on sharing every like awkward or messy or personal moment here. And it's likely that I'll keep most of these experiences private, as they should be. But sometimes I do want to share like small examples that are meaningful to the journey overall, things that illustrate bigger ideas without really oversharing. Do you guys know what I'm trying to say? So like for today, since I already mentioned YouTube earlier, let's use that as an example. It's just one instance, but the idea applies to like bigger and smaller moments alike. Okay, I'll close that parenthesis here. Hopefully you guys understood what I was trying to say. Coming back, I think what's making me emotional is realizing that a version of me is staying here. Taking this example with YouTube, I'm leaving behind a version of me who like hesitated, the one who waited. But I'm also leaving behind the one who also had that curiosity, that spark, and she had that small moment of courage, and she actually had that initiative to start writing things down, do it despite the fact that she didn't feel ready. And honestly, I kind of admire her. She was careful and she wanted to do things right. And yes, she did overthink a lot, but she kept moving in small ways. And look at us, eventually we pressed upload. Maybe that's what moving really is. It's not just like packing things into boxes. It's kind of like deciding what parts of you get to come along. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I actually find this hilarious because I thought like I needed the latest camera, the top-notch equipment, an aesthetic place to like start this journey. Here I am on the floor in the most non-aesthetic place, half, it's like empty apartment, recording on my phone. And somehow this feels more real than anything that I could have staged. Maybe that's the lesson. Start first, make it pretty later. I'm being a little too philosophical right now. I should probably stop. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if this even made sense, what I was trying to say. I am running out of battery and I need to get out of here. I think it's time to say goodbye. I am now back to the new place. I unloaded the car and I thought I'd take a few minutes just to end this video properly. And I don't think it surprises anyone anymore that I'm back on the floor. Please excuse me if I repeat myself a little. Like I'm still getting the hang of talking to the camera. And if I'm repetitive with something, it's really not intentional and I'm hoping to get better. But I don't know if I mentioned that we do pay rent here, so we don't own this place. And even though it's not mine, I still try to like treat every place that I live in with the care and the respect that it deserves. I think that every corner and every detail is worth noticing and appreciating. But you know, sometimes I can't help and wonder like what it would be like to have my own house and or my own apartment. Like, what would it look like? Yeah, for now it's not really a priority, and who knows if it will ever even happen because in this economy it's a little hard. That's just the reality, but we'll see. That's not what I was trying to say. I'm trying to say that in the meantime, like, I still think that every move teaches me something. It shows me like what I like and what I don't like. It reveals those little features that make a place feel more like a home to me. So I guess I'm treating this part of my life as the opportunity to collect pieces of insight for the future. Is there like a specific thing that makes a place feel good to be in, to live in, that makes it feel more like home to you? Let me know. I'm excited to enjoy this place and to make it ours. Honestly, I don't really know how much this video will help anyone, but this move is a relatively big change in my life at this time, and I wanted to share it and document it here along with some of these thoughts that are running through my head right now. I don't know. If you've watched this far, like, I sincerely thank you, and I hope to see you again soon.